Today on Next Top Trainer.
The quickest way to end up in the ER is to do one of these wrong.
I really didn't like the way you presented that exercise.
I think I'll survive this round. I really do hope so.
You know what? It's just such an honor to be here. These guys are awesome people, such great talent, good-hearted people, and so it's gonna be a tough competition.
It's a great group. We all get along real well. A lot of sharp minds. A couple guys who are a little younger, and a couple guys who have been in the biz for a long time.
The hardest thing I overcome will be the nerves of not knowing what the challenge is. I'm really eager to start getting my brain spinning.
Welcome back, trainers. Hope you guys are ready for day 2. There are 7 of you guys remaining. One of you will win the competition. You'll get to star in your own fitness DVD, and he'll also get to contribute to Men's Health Magazine, the world's leading men's magazine.
A couple of the other guys are really good. Everybody's gonna really sharpen up. Competition will be getting tough.
I don't know what else we could do to prepare. I feel like I've been preparing my whole life, so.
So yesterday you guys were in the background of a DVD. Today we want you front and center. You guys get to be the stars. These are a lot like Men's Health Exercise of the Week videos. If you've ever seen them, it's when an expert gives instructions and tips on how to perform a specific exercise. Here we have an EAS container. Inside there's a bunch of cards. Each card has one exercise written on it. You guys will have to choose without looking.
This is not gonna be good.
When I found out what the challenge was, I was actually really excited.
The judges are gonna rate your performance. The person who does the best will be named the winner and will get an advantage in tomorrow's challenge. The person who does the worst will be sent home. All right, let's hear from our judges a little bit about what they're expecting from you guys.
As Jill said, this is like one of our Exercise of the Week videos. These are the most popular videos on the Men's Health website. It's a huge opportunity for you to educate the viewers and give them something new. Our Exercise of the Week videos are one of the key pieces of content that bring viewers to our website. What's gonna make someone really stand out is if they hit the benefits, they tell us how to make it easier, they tell us how to make it harder. What can you tell me that I've never seen before? And I've seen all of these exercises. So give me a tip that I can take home today and use. That's what I would really like to see.
If somebody's simply interested in an exercise, they can go anywhere and find a video demonstration of that exercise. You have to make the exercise appealing. You have to clearly explain the benefits. You have to personally appear excited about this exercise. And then you have to show us how to do it.
Start strong, finish stronger. Usually if you come in with a nice kind of punch that gets people excited to want to see the rest of the video, that's key. You want to see a flow into what they're doing. What are the most important coaching cues associated with the movement? And maybe a fun little twist or tweak, your favorite twist on the movement.
Just excited to get out and see everybody in action.
No concerns, just perform.
Andy, you won yesterday's challenge. Today you get to pick the order. So who is going first?
Oh man, it's a challenge within itself. Oh man, so I'll just pick my boy Theo because he's right in front of me here.
Here you go.
Here we go.
What'd you get?
And we have bear crawl.
All right, so Theo will have 90 seconds to perform the bear crawl. You'll instruct, give tips, and everyone else gets to watch and learn.
Getting picked first, it was kind of nerve-wracking, but to be honest, I'm glad. Because when I think too much, I mess myself up.
Theo might have a little bit of trouble. He was a little low energy than I was expecting, though I know he knows his stuff, so what I'm hoping from him is that he can bring the energy and show the confidence.
Theo, you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Okay, in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Theo with the Men's Health Next Top Trainer Challenge. I'm bringing to you the exercise of the week. Today, we're gonna learn the bear crawl.
It was a 90-second drill, and I actually felt very comfortable. I love that.
So here we go. We're gonna take it down to all fours. We're gonna keep the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. This is level 2. We're gonna work smooth on the hands, nice and soft. Take a few steps forward, a few steps back. If you need to modify this a little bit, you can take the butt up a little tiny bit, stay high if your core is not as strong.
I'm glad I got the one I did. That's kind of my style, man. I like to play. I work with a lot of kids. I like to have fun.
That's the bear crawl, your challenge of the week. Enjoy it, works total body, head to toe. Get your game face on and get after it.
I think I did good for not having much time to think about it, but after replaying it in my head, there's things I could have added for sure.
I have the kettlebell swing.
Hey guys, Kevin Mullins here, and I'm ready to be Men's Health Next Top Trainer. So when I got into fitness, it started for the most vain of reasons. I was like, I want abs, I want chest, I want biceps, let's go. But then it grew into something because then all of a sudden I started reading various websites, various magazines, and information started pouring in, and I suddenly found myself amazed by it. Last year, my mom had an aneurysm. She was able to call 911 on her own. My mom is the toughest woman in the world, I swear by that. So seeing her in a debilitated state, you know, all these tubes, all these things, it was tough. We need to breathe confidence. We need to breathe happiness with our own life so our clients can feed off that. And it's really hard to dig deep and be like, oh, everything is great. Let's come on in. After her surgery, it was successful. She's great today. But the hardest thing was kind of picking myself back up after such a blow to my internal self. I want to win. I wouldn't do something like this if I didn't want to get out there and show my best and show who I am as a trainer.
Today I'm coming to you with a classic exercise. It goes way back in time. We're gonna do the exercise of the week with a kettlebell swing. What I want you to focus on is push back, pull your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, keep your chin up.
The second you found out your exercise, you were mic'd up and going with it. So I was saying in the locker room to the guys, I was like, it's like trying to fly an airplane and still put it together.
He has more one-liners than anybody ever.
Passion, fire.
That guy has a line for everything.
Be alive and own it.
If you're ready to get after, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna set up your kettlebells like this, stand over top, start with the swing, 2 kettlebells from here, up, squeeze the glutes again. Now you have 2 loads to control. The keys to understand are that your form is everything in a kettlebell swing. The quickest way to end up in the ER is to do one of these wrong.
Check this out. Do I think I'm gonna survive this round? I might not.
It's a plank walk up. So what we're gonna do is making sure you're on the ground.
I didn't even get what the movement was.
Put your elbows down underneath you just to get through. Make sure those elbows are nice and tight. Thumbs over your nose. Full engagement of the trunk. Squeeze your glutes really hard. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna walk and tippy toe our feet up. And now let's start walking our hands out to a good progression.
Hey guys, Graham Mitchell here with the Men's Health Next Top Trainer Challenge. We're gonna get a nice bend in your front knee and your back knee as well. Make sure all the weight is in that front glute, stabilized through your core, and roll that dumbbell up. I like to say lift it up as if you're putting your hand in your pocket. There we go. Definitely felt good in my instruction.
Eric, you're going to show us how to do the single leg hip thrust.
I like hip thrusts. I do hip thrusts pretty often.
3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Eric Brown, and I'm here with the Men's Health Next Top Trainer Challenge. Today, we are going to learn how to do the single leg hip thrust, the very important movements for our glutes. So, with our single leg hip thrust, what we're going to do is drop it down on our back. What you want to do is raise up and squeeze your glutes, okay, to complete 1 rep, okay? You can raise up again to squeeze to complete a rep right there, okay? So that's your single leg hip thrust. Again, glutes are a major muscle, but they're very ignored. My name is Eric Brown. That's the single leg hip thrust exercise of the week.
I have butterflies in my stomach, man. I do not know if I'm going to survive this round.
Joe and Andy, they're studs, man. They're awesome. If one of those guys gets eliminated, it gives you a little bit more confidence because I consider them kind of the top dogs here.
Hey guys, this is Andy Spear. I'm here with the Men's Health Trainer Tip of the Week. So summer's coming and we all want big pecs and tight abs, right? Well, here's an exercise that's going to give you both in 1 turn. So we're going to take our dumbbell chest press, but we're only going to use 1 dumbbell. From here, I'm just doing a regular dumbbell chest press, pushing straight up, bringing down. I want to keep my elbow about 45 degrees so it's not splayed out to the side. This is a great exercise. Go out, get your single arm chest press in, and then hit the beach looking good with your Men's Health Trainer Tip of the Week.
What's up guys, Joe Carabasi here with the Men's Health Next Top Trainer Challenge. And today's exercise of the week is a doozy. It's gonna sculpt up your shoulders, work a ton of core.
I do not want to finish last. Again, I don't like that.
Grab the bell, squeeze nice and hard, squeeze it up or back. We're gonna drive through the floor, shrug, flip, and catch. So right in a rack position. Press up, lock out, back down under control. Press up, lock out, back down under control. Now, if you are in it and already crushing it, what I want you to do is get up to that kettlebell. We're gonna do single arm, press through the sky, back in. Now, remember guys, hey, a yard is hard and an inch is a cinch. Small steps at a time, you'll win every day.
Yeah, you never know exactly what they're looking for. So, but I think overall it went well.
There's gonna be somebody that underperformed. Somebody's gonna go home, hope it's not me.
It was a tough challenge.
All right, judges, we've wrapped up day 2. So let's discuss how the guys did during this challenge. What did we think of Paul?
I liked Paul. I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought his presentation was a lot better than his performance in the first challenge.
From a fundamental standpoint, it was a good exercise. You could see he was definitely in his wheelhouse.
And next we had Kevin.
Well, I came away feeling like I knew less because I think he said a couple things were blatantly inaccurate. And at the end, he said this exercise could put you in the ER if you do it wrong. Well, I think that's exactly the wrong thing you should say to somebody when you're teaching him the exercise.
It wasn't that great of a hip hinge. He looked a little red in the face, like he was 6 drinks in at the end of that video.
Next we had Pete. He had the plank walk-up.
Well, apparently Pete didn't know what the plank walk-up was. You know, you get a lot of different exercise names out there. Maybe he's just not familiar with the name. I have a feeling he knows the exercise we were going for. So, you know, what we ended up getting was, I guess, some version of the inchworm.
I don't think he gave us a good exercise. That's certainly not the way I would teach the inchworm, and it's certainly not the way I would teach any sort of plank progression.
I was expecting more from Pete.
Yeah, I mean, he was flying by the seat of his pants, and it may have cost him.
How did we feel about Graham's performance?
I think Graham had good energy. He spent a little too much time repeating the same stuff.
Yeah, I think if we would have given him 2 takes, that he would have nailed it.
The next person to go was Eric.
The progressions were weak. I mean, he could have sat there for 90 seconds on his back, shown the exercise, and then shown, here are 2 progressions, and now we're gonna go into progressions.
No coaching cues, that's the one thing. The biggest thing with that movement, you don't want to hyperextend the back, you want to drive it through the hips.
We asked him to do a hip thrust. He showed us a glute bridge. Well, that's fine. There's the way the nomenclature flies around and changes over the years. Anybody could be confused by that, but I don't want the trainer to be more confused than possibly the people who are watching that video. Andy had every advantage coming into this. I thought he started strong. I thought he finished strong. He could have done more with the middle. He could have given us more progressions and regressions there.
Our final contestant to go was Joe.
I wrote down 3 things. Great smile, great energy, and he did a great job on the benefits, better than anyone else.
He came in, so like instantly he grabbed people's attention, right? And you could tell even the contestants were like, wow, it was great energy.
All right, so have we decided?
Absolutely.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
Welcome back. So here's where we determine who did the best and who fell to the bottom of the pack. Pete and Graham, step forward, please. Graham, how do you think you did today?
I think I did okay. I know I could have done better, but I think I represented myself pretty well.
And Pete, how do you think you did?
I felt good until I got the exercise, and it really confused me.
Can you show me a plank to push up?
Plank to push up.
Will that make more sense? Okay. That's the plank walk up. So yeah, you did the wrong exercise.
Yeah. I thought, hey, like you said, we're gonna make a mistake, but I was gonna go with it, so.
Well, Pete and Graham, you both are safe today. So you may head back to the locker room. Your heart stopped.
Good job, bro.
Good job, guys.
Congratulations, guys. You may head back to the locker room. Can I have Andy step forward? And Theo step forward. You both are safe. You may head back to the locker room as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we've got 3 of you guys left. 1 person here is the winner, and 1 person will be leaving us today. Joe, you fell to the bottom yesterday. Today, you were our winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you feel?
Felt good.
Yeah?
Felt awesome. Yeah. I was like, God, not again, huh? What's going on? So it really feels great to have won that challenge.
You sold me on that exercise.
You were actually set up to crash and burn with that. You almost got eliminated the previous round, and then you were the last to go, and it was a challenging movement in the sense that you have to address lifting it properly and then getting into the right position.
But you came out with a big smile and big energy, and I think, you know, you probably took some of that angst from last time and shoved it on in here and went for broke, and you did a really good job.
Tomorrow, you will get an advantage in the challenge. So congratulations.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure. Head back to the locker room.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Eric and Kevin. That means that the 2 of you are in the bottom.
Well, Kevin, you've got a $1 billion personality. This exercise, though, required you to lock more onto what your audience is thinking. You said if you don't do this exercise correctly, you're going to end up in the ER. I don't see that there's any, I don't see any upside to scaring the audience. I really didn't like the way you presented that exercise.
The first thing you didn't address, maybe the most important thing in the eyes of some kettlebell purists, is addressing the setup. You know, positioning the kettlebell on the ground and how to get it hiked behind the hips to begin the movement.
One thing I really didn't get out of is actually how to do the swing.
Eric is next.
We asked you to do a one-leg hip thrust, and you showed us a one-leg glute bridge, which is okay. I didn't feel sold on that exercise. By the end of 90 seconds, I didn't feel like I would have known how to do it.
It's a boring exercise. To sexify that movement, it takes creativity.
You were a little lower energy than I like you. I think you have a great personality. It comes out in glimpses. It just wasn't really high today in terms of energy.
So this was an extremely hard decision for our judges, and unfortunately we have to send one of you home. Kevin, you will be staying with us for one more day. And Eric, I'm sorry, you have to grab your gym bag and leave. We'll miss you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
It's been a great experience to be selected as one of the final 8. I mean, I'm honored to be one of the original 8.
I tell you, being in the bottom, I don't want to be back. They want you to be the best. I mean, at the end of the day, mediocrity doesn't cut it in this business.
Next time on Men's Health Next Top Trainer.
Oh my God!
Here, up, here, up.
What's missing is your ability to put it all together.
Here is your EAS Fit Tip for today. During the Exercise of the Day Challenge, a contestant struggled with the hip thrust. He didn't know how to show a variety of options. Here's what the hip thrust looks like. Feet underneath the knees, abs tight, drive to the heels, squeeze the glutes, all the motions at the hip, not the back. I can hold that for time or do it dynamically. Here's a couple other options. Elevate your shoulders on a stable box step or ottoman. Control down, extend up. Another option, elevate the feet to work their hamstrings a little bit harder. Middle of the feet on the box, extend up, control down. The final option, I'm flowing. Feet and shoulders on the box. The biggest range of motion demands takes your muscles through a greater range of motion, makes them work harder without adding weight. And of course, I can also do all of these variations on one leg. The best butt building exercise you're not doing, but you're gonna start doing today.